Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Spuffy and I create Planet Zoo videos, and we are back in our zoo that we have been creating in franchise mode called Elmwick Park Zoo, and we are just in the reptile house at the moment, specifically with the crocodiles, just because they had 2 new babies last episode, so we have now 3 females and a male, as well as mum and dad in here. And I thought the lighting in here in the morning, it just looked really nice, so I thought I would start our video off in this part of the zoo. Today we are creating a habitat for the African penguins. It was quite tricky to actually get hold of any, but we do eventually get a little troop going. So yeah, let's go back. It's horribly, yeah, it's raining. It's raining as usual. So let's just pop on through. Do you know what? I forget that we even have tortoises. They're so good. Oh my goodness. So this girlie, this female, was actually born in our zoo, and now she is having children of her own in here. So we've got 2 girls and a little boy. Perfect. I'm pretty sure everything should still be fine for them. Yeah, they might just need a bit more food enrichment because there is quite a few of them in here now, rather than just the male and female. So that's really cute. I've actually been lucky enough to see these guys in real life, and they are stunning. If you ever get the chance, or if you have seen fosters in real life before, they're just fascinating, I think. Right, let's have a look at what's happening. I hate it when it rains. I hate building in the rain. What's happening? Oh yes, I forget the keeper actually can't come through this part, so I have to put all of their food enrichment in here. So as long as their food enrichment is where the keeper can get it, the toy enrichment doesn't matter, and nor does cleaning. So he'll just go in there and then it will clean the whole habitat, which is nice. This is what we needed to do today. So our male died last episode, so we just need to pop up a plaque in the zoo for him. Let's turn on aligned surface, makes everything a lot easier. Pop it there. So yeah, we've now had 5. That's so sad. Oh, I forget that these ones are actually connected to the thing, which we don't actually want them to be. There we go. We split them from the group, and then I can move them. Just center them onto this bronze plaque a little bit easier. So I think we'll be able to get 12 on a section. Though I'm really hoping not that many die that we fill this all up. I'm not sure how long I want to run this zoo for. We still have quite a few African animals to get into the zoo, so we're definitely not done yet. I'd say probably we're halfway through. But yeah, and I don't really want to fill that whole plaque up with animals. And there we go. Our pig just grew up here. She can stay in the group. She's on contraceptives, so it won't be a problem with dad, and then they can just be a slightly bigger group. There's enough space for them, so reduce crime, keep crime below. Okay, sure, I'll take that. Breed habitat species, that will happen over time, and all the lemurs are stressed as usual. He's about to do his little talk. Not that many people come to look at the Red River hogs, which is kind of sad. We'll just train up all of our staff. Why is this? There we go. And let's have a look at how everybody is doing. So I'm just going to move a caretaker over here to clean up this rubbish, because It's driving me nuts. I find once you've got a few animals popped into a habitat and all the caretakers are then kind of on one side of the zoo where they've transported the animals, so you do have to just shake them up a little bit. But overall, our litter's not really been a problem. I don't even think our bins get overly full or overflowing, which is great. I think we still have a problem with litter in the ring-tailed lemurs, but okay. We just don't have many meerkats. I'm really desperate to get some meerkats, and as you can see, I obviously want some African penguins, but they're really few and far between, so let's hope that changes by the time we have built their enclosure. This is such a cool view. Do these guys care about it? No. Okay. You got a giraffe right there, and they're just, yeah. Never mind. It looks like it is feeding time for these guys, so. Everyone. Do you know what? Even though the zoo's pretty much at max capacity, I'm pretty sure you can only have 4,000 guests in a zoo on console. But they don't seem to be getting stuck or anything. Oh no. These guys keep getting hungry. Their keeper just needs to be a little bit higher trained, and then that won't be a problem. And these guys are all stressed as usual. Ah! Do you know what? This is all part of the fun. So if you didn't know, I do play this game on hard. I find it a bit more of a challenge. So yeah. Alright, what is he doing? He is grabbing food, I believe. Yep. Where are keeper logs? Who knows? But yeah, they should be going in to be fed now. So that should get rid of that problem. Oh my gosh. Constantly yawning. Come on guys. Food's up. What have we got for dinner? Mealworms. Yeah. Ground meat, mealworms and fruit. Okay. That should be getting sorted. Animals starving. Okay. Get here a bit quicker, please. Right, perfect. That is all of those fed and sorted. The giraffes are nice and happy. Please! What's this little guy doing? Great. Now protesters are here. It's fine. I have to come see that you're okay. Then they can leave the zoo again. It happens. He's just a baby. Maybe he's just slow at getting to the food compared to the others. Oh, this is so nice. Right. Anyway, we've got quite a big space. I'd like to pop something over by the cheetahs because nobody comes to view them. Absolutely nobody. It is rather large. I do think I could have probably like sectioned it off, cut this in half over here and given them something a lot smaller, but they are shy animals. I don't overly want them getting stressed like everything else in the zoo, so it's kind of nice. The babies look so cute following mom. Aww, that's really sweet. Bless them. But yeah, people just don't overly come to see them, which is fine. We do have a talk on in November. I don't know how many people go to it. But yeah, I guess we should get into the speed build. I've yapped far too much, so let's build our penguins. Hello guys, so I've already recorded this voiceover once and realised that my mic was not plugged in. Super rookie mistake. I feel like I haven't done that in a while, but here we go again, just repeating myself. So as you can see, I really struggle with the pathing here for quite a bit, trying to get this how I wanted, like playing around with the settings until I'm happy. It takes a while. I think I recorded for about 10 minutes before I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I then come back, record for another 10 minutes, and decide that actually maybe I just need a snack. My patience was wearing pretty thin, and I realised I just actually didn't eat for a little while. I thought, you know what, I'm probably just a little bit hungry and snippy and snappy, so I went and got something to eat, came back and finished this off. Oh, pretty much. I think I recorded this build in 2 sessions, just because this did take a little bit longer to do. I think this one took about 3 hours, and I just can't leave my pup for 3 hours on her own yet during the day. I could, but like, I don't want to. She does have to be fed for 4 times a day at the moment. So until I can get her down to 3 meals, it's just a case of like giving her food, taking her out to potty, putting her to sleep, and repeat. With some training and things in there as well. But that is literally my days at the moment. I can't film for too long in a row, so I did film this into sections. I really hate working with water, and I really hate working with a different terrain level, so the fact that I did both of these in this build and I didn't completely give up is great progress, I would say. It's all about just covering every imperfection, so I have no idea why the path was being all wiggly like that. We just cover it up as best we can and move on. If you have built with the barriers and water, you will know how much of a pain it is and how long it actually takes to do. So this did take me a little bit longer, even though I used plenty of blueprints and there's not a load of detail in this build. But I'm happy with it. I don't think it looks awful, and hopefully our penguins will be happy in here for a really long time. We've now obviously got another path and a way to build in the zoo, so that's really great. We will continue this path onwards past our penguins and going off to somewhere else. So the theme for this penguin enclosure, just like many penguin enclosures I see, was very like beach themed. I wanted to use the oceanic pack quite a lot. I know these aren't blue penguins, but I still wanted it to feel quite beachy. So I used a lot of the oceanic blueprints that come with the pack. So we used some of the beach huts. We used the shipwreck in the water as well. I think that looked really cool. Just trying to fill it out as much as possible because it is a really, really large enclosure. And when you're building large enclosures, it can be quite tricky to kind of fill in the space. But I think we make it work. Here I'm just popping in the barrier. So as you can see now that it's rather large. But it's fun. I think it looked really good in the end. I'm happy with it. But yeah, you can see the shipwreck there. I thought that was really cool. We just continue with this glass barrier. It's literally the glass just sunk in, so it's 1.5 meters tall, which is how tall we needed to make this for the penguins so they didn't escape. And then I just was using oceanic wood and the oceanic fence here, just sunk into the ground to continue on that way. Lots and lots of sand. I knew before we popped them in there that they were going to need lots and lots of sand, so I just kind of filled out what I could there. I then go in with the wall that I've created on the workshop. You can get this on the workshop. And then I also go ahead and grab a section of these rocks for the lemurs, and I just copy and paste this over as well. I apologise for the children screaming in the background. I think one of them's just fallen off their bike or something outside. I live in kind of like a dead end, so children often come here to play on their bikes and scooters and things like that. So it's noisy, and I don't want to shut my windows because it's actually hot. Last week I was complaining that it was cold, and now actually it's warm. It's warm again. So here you can see that I just used I think it was the research center blueprint, and I just obviously took out the research center so that the penguins could use it as a little hideout, and just hiding the education as usual. I changed the color of these what are they, seating for the talk, and I actually don't link them up again. I think I do remember to change it. So here they're just all swimming about. I'm just getting an idea of how busy it's going to be down there, and hopefully it's not going to be too packed. And then this penguin just decided to take a little rest up there, which was really cute. The enrichment is all in for them, and now it is just rock work, which is super easy. Place loads of rocks, random rotation, same rock over and over again. A little switch up here and there, and then I usually just copy and paste. Yeah, just copy and paste. I'm really lazy. It's just such a big area, so it's just a case of getting it filled in a quick amount of time. So here I'm just taking out the wall there so they can also use that as shelter as well. So I've got plenty of shelter in here. I actually don't think they need a great deal, or maybe I don't know, maybe I've got more than I thought. I do believe that they can hide under the ones that are up on stilts as well, so I guess that counts. Here once again I'm just copy and pasting sections just to cover up the majority of the floor here, because the soil just doesn't overly look too great, and from the guest perspective this actually looks fine when we're done. I end up moving the fish feeder, and it does still work. You can sink these into the ground and they work perfectly fine. You'll see later that the fish feed from them. The fish dispense from them, and the penguins can eat them. So once again, just going around, and then I just delete all of the rocks that I don't really need, like so, and then we place in some more on random rotation, just all over the show. We finish up the shoreline. This doesn't take me long to do at all. Once again, I'm mindlessly placing them. Not much thought is going into it, I'm not gonna lie. And then I wanted to put these stairs in. I always think they're really cute, so I thought it'd be nice to have them going down into the water here. So you just duplicate them up, and yeah, that's that little area filled in. Here we're just placing the last of the rocks, I believe. I don't really like that open space over there. I think I am going to have to put something down. I have no idea what. Maybe we make the enclosure smaller, I don't know. But that area is just a little bit bland. I then changed the seating, yeah, so I changed the colours and just duplicate that across. And then I just forget to link them back to the talk point. Here, because they're embedded in the ground, I'm just trying to carve out a little section for them. And then we just, once again, cover everything up. I didn't realise that this path was also so bumpy, so we just raise everything above. Covering up all of the dirt here. We don't want to see it. It doesn't look great. So it just doesn't exist anymore. I think I just used the plaster bricks to cover that up. I think I might just pop in like penguin shores or something like that. I feel like is a generic kind of name we might have written here because it is quite plain. I think the white plaster just makes everything look quite clean. And I think I'm going to put some sculptures or fountains or something on these plaster bricks up here as well, just so it doesn't look too boring. But yeah, that is pretty much me done. I will see you guys in real time. Now that we're pretty much done with the build here for these guys, let's get to learn a little bit about them. So African penguins are the only penguin species native to Africa. They mainly eat small fish, including sardines, anchovies, small squid, and crustaceans. They are excellent swimmers and they can dive to depths of around 100 meters whilst hunting for food. Something I never really thought about before is their colouring. Their colouring is a form of camouflage called countershading. Their black backs make them harder to see from above against the dark ocean, and their white bellies make them harder to see from below against the bright surface of the water. This helps protect them from predators whilst they're swimming. These penguins are sometimes called jackass penguins because their loud calls sound similar to donkeys. Each African penguin has a unique pattern of spots on its chest and belly. They have special glands above their eyes that help them remove excess salt from their bodies, and they spend much of their time at sea but return to land to rest, breed, and raise their chicks. African penguins usually lay 1 to 2 eggs, and both parents help incubate the eggs and care for their chicks. The chicks are covered in a fluffy brown-grey down when they hatch, and as they grow, they eventually develop their waterproof adult feathers and become ready to enter the ocean. Conservation organisations and zoos are working hard to protect the breeding colonies, improve habitats, and support the survival of this unique species, as they are considered endangered due to overfishing, climate change, oil spills, and habitat loss. And our river hog's about to have babies. We've got a little boy and a little girl. So these are the only piglets in this enclosure at the moment, but that's really fun, so I'm happy. It's probably time for them to all start breeding again, so there should be a few more. I think there's 2 other females in there that he can breed with, so that's exciting. Let's go back over here. Let's see how busy this is going to get. Okay, so down here is very much where people like to be. That's fine. Vet research. Yes, so we haven't actually researched African penguins at all, so our vet is on that at the moment. We can get them better food shortly, but at the moment they are just on grade 1 food, which is not the best, but we will get there. Do we have any more penguins we could buy? Should we? Should we keep buying them? I don't know. Or should we just let these guys breed? Oh, look at them all in the water. Very cute. So they've also got quite a bit of money. That's actually something I would like to check. Something that I haven't done in a while is actually look at our finances to see who's bringing in what. I might just raise those prices a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I actually want to just have a look at our financial overview. So obviously we're making money. I didn't expect to not be making money, which is great. Obviously our expenses are going to be our staff, yeah, big time staff, animal feed, not too much on taxes and things like that. So that would just be because the area of my habitats are rather large. But honestly it's not that much. So I'm not too worried. And then let's have a look. Okay, so our souvenirs are doing really great. So is our food. I'm surprised our drinks are not. I guess food's more money. Then here we've got who's bringing us in lots and lots. Gosh, our flamingos. That's crazy. There's no way flamingos are beating everything else. No way. Okay, so it looks like I should wrap up this episode here before I end up playing for like another hour and not doing anything. But let me know what you guys would like to see in the zoo next. I actually have no plans. This is what we're looking at the moment. But if I come over to the Zoopedia quickly and we filter in African animals, we've actually got quite a few here. So we obviously have the aardvark, nocturnal animal. We have the addax, which is critically endangered. An African buffalo. I've actually never seen these guys in a zoo. These guys are also nocturnal, I believe, so we could do a nocturnal house. Obviously we need some elephants. We've got dogs that we could do, rhinos, definitely fun. We've got all sorts here, honestly. Bonobos, we've still got plenty of cats to build for. We actually don't have a monkey in the zoo, so it might be time to build for some monkeys. We've got fennec foxes. These guys are also nocturnal, so yeah, we could definitely do like a big nocturnal house build, but maybe a monkey build would be good fun to do at some point as well. We've also got quite a lot of who stock we could still build for, but I know we have done that pretty recently. A pygmy hippo would be a lot of fun, actually. Sand cats, are you nocturnal? I'm pretty sure you are. I love these guys, I think they're great. We've got more rhinos, we've got hyenas, we've got spotted and striped hyenas we could go for. And then down here we've obviously got chimpanzees and gorillas. So we've got some big animals to build for. So yeah, just let me know what you guys would like to see. There's quite a big selection there to choose from. What would I like to build for next? Maybe some monkeys, maybe some elephants, rhinos. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't just die in the robe. Surely. Surely we move. Surely we move. Surely we move. Are we going to move? Oh my god. That was such a height. Oh. That was such a gruesome way to die. What the hell? Oh my god. I didn't really think about if they're on something that they just fall to their death so dramatically. Oh my god. Rest in peace. Wow. Okay, so we have one elderly shipwrecker left. So we will be expecting her death in a future episode. My god. While I'm here, let's train up our staff quickly. This guy's still struggling. Oh, actually, it's a different guy. It's the grasslands. The other guy isn't struggling. He's actually wandering around. You know when you have a colleague that's like not pulling their weight? I will pop actually a couple of keepers down, maybe two. Just because we actually will need some trained up for future enclosures, so it's never a bad thing to just have a couple on the go. And then, oh my gosh, every episode these axolotls, do you know what, this build feels like 1,000 years ago. This build feels like even longer. Wow. These guys just get on with themselves, honestly. Except when we have like a big influx of people. But like overall, these guys are so chill. What a great starter animal. So yeah, the zoo's looking really good. This area obviously now needs a lot of work, but I'm happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really sweet. Do we have any more penguins? Maybe her. She's not bad. We'll pop her in here. Why not? How many? Let's filter this so I can actually change to see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 males, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 females. Okay, that's not horrific. Obviously it would be nice to have an even number so they're all paired up, because obviously they do just mate and stick with their one penguin. I don't like that sticking through that. Let's move it. But yeah, so we kind of need maybe 3 more males. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. So does that mean the babies will just find other babies and hopefully like they won't inbreed? What is happening? I thought I could hear people screaming. Are you okay? Nope. Okay, let's try and move you. Let's pop you down over here. Are you okay now? Nope. Please? I'm pretty sure we can do something to sort this. There we go, eject group. A security guard will remove the group. Can it be... okay. Okay, well. That happened, I guess. I wonder how they got stuck. That's not good. But yeah, this is where we're at. I think the zoo is looking rather nice. We've got a lot to fill in. We definitely have some trees to put on over this side of the zoo. I feel like I've kind of created the edge here, but we're going to kind of expand this way, and we can pop like another enclosure up here. I think would look nice. Maybe oh wait, I never sorted this out. I don't really want people standing because I feel like there's enough people down here already. Oops. Well, now that people can actually use the seats, that's great. So yeah, that is actually quite a big enclosure for them. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you would like to see next. Thanks guys, bye.